The SOE put me in charge of a new team, handpicked for a top-secret mission. I'd led soldiers before, but this group were far more than that. Lucas was an expert demolitionist who had issues with authority. Wade was the most dangerous thing in the skies.
Like the fuse of a secret war, decades in the making.
Number 1. Call of Duty Vanguard. The game takes place in the last years of World War II. Arthur Kingsley, along with the rest of his 6-member team, plans to infiltrate a Nazi submarine base to obtain information about the secret Project Phoenix. Arthur's multinational team, set up by British Special Forces, includes Russian sniper Polina Petrova, Australian bomb expert Lucas Riggs, American pilot Wade Jackson, and of course Novak and Richard Webb. 5 members of this 6-member team were soon captured and taken to the intelligence camp in Berlin, where we meet Hermann Freisinger, one of the high-ranking Nazi commanders. Hermann Freisinger, who is apparently one of the directors of the Phoenix Project, is trying to advance his secret project after the death of Hitler and in the midst of the fall of Berlin to the Allies, a project that the game does not provide us with any specific information about. Hermann, the officer under him Jannik Richter, in charge of interrogating the team, and from this point of the story, each of these characters tells a story about themselves and their role in the war behind the main story. Meanwhile, Richter is trying to come to a conclusion in the situation of Hermann's actions and the happenings.
Glory is worth nothing when you're dead.
This fight, it matters.
Number 2. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. A work that includes an interesting story part and a well-made and entertaining multiplayer part that you can spend hours experiencing. Now it's the turn of Treyarch and Raven Studios to fulfill the task of satisfying the fans of this series in the form of a new version of the Black Ops sub-series. As the name of the game suggests, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War takes us to the Cold War era, an era in which the fear of imminent nuclear war between the superpowers threatens the world and humanity, and the parties are trying to hit their enemy and prevent their success with mostly secret missions and resorting to the new methods of that time. In terms of story, Cold War is a sequel to the first Black Ops episode, and it all starts where a team of US forces, under the direct orders of then-President Ronald Reagan, goes door to door looking for an old threat that all signs and rumors the news of his rise and movements they take it seriously. This threat is not a person but a Soviet spy named Perseus, who is more like a shadow, which makes him difficult to find and kill. Meanwhile, the player plays the role of a character whose name and a series of personality traits are determined by the gamer, but in the game, he is known and addressed by the nickname Bell. Number 3. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The story of the game begins when a group of soldiers with the presence of a CIA agent named Alex infiltrates an area to get the deadly chemical gases that are kept there. But this attack fails with the arrival of unknown enemies and the gases fall into the hands of those forces. In the following, the commander of the American forces asks for help from a familiar and very popular figure, our own Captain Price, to find these deadly gases, which are considered a serious threat, and from here on, we see the official beginning of the story adventures of the game. Number 4. Call of Duty World War II. If we take a look at the history of the Call of Duty series, it is safe to say that this series is mostly known for providing a great storyline and is remembered by many for its unforgettable missions. For this reason, the first thing that Sledgehammer had to do in relation to Call of Duty World War II was to create a good story section, which has largely succeeded in this way. At the beginning of the game, we get to know its characters, including Daniels, Zussman, Pearson and others, and we immediately enter one of the most important battles of World War II, the Battle of Normandy. In fact, Call of Duty World War II shows that it has a lot to say right from the start and with this stage. Number 5. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. The story starts from a place where in a fictional future, far, far away from us, population growth, human indulgence and the problems that we are experiencing now have caused humans to step beyond this Earth and travel into space, conquer different planets and make the same decision that we see in our own imagination and possible future, to bring not only the Earth, but also the solar system under our control and rule over it. Although its story and origin is cliched and repetitive, it is well covered and retold. Number 6. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Since the release of COD 4, MW, the game makers have tried to speed up the story of the game, to the extent that they asked the writers of the 24 series to write the scenario of the game. Another fast and exciting story is an inseparable part of the COD series. Advanced Warfare, abbreviated as OR, certainly follows this procedure, and you will witness an attractive, striking and fast story in it. Especially since the producer has used a powerful actor like Kevin Spacey in the game. It is safe to say that this is a big advantage for OR, because we have rarely seen an actor as big as Kevin Spacey in a video game. Number 7. Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is the first game in the Call of Duty series that has future weapon technology, and also for the first time in this series, the story of the game is divided into several branches that the user can choose one of and continue. Also, the game has a 3D display. This game has faced a lot of criticism due to the installation of the game and its problems. Number 8. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, 2009. Modern Warfare 2 has been able to receive positive reviews from various gaming websites, received a score of 94% from Metacritic, and sold around 4.7 million copies worldwide in the first 24 hours of its release. In August 2011, Activision announced that Modern Warfare 2 had sold 22 million copies worldwide, becoming the second best-selling game in UK history and the third best-selling game in US history. Number 9. Call of Duty 4. Infinity Ward had been thinking about getting out of World War since they finished the first version and started working on a game with a modern war feel. As a result of 4 years in the making and development of the IW engine, Modern Warfare made a leap of a generation despite the 1-year difference in its release from the previous version. Modern Warfare was the first version not set in a world war, which subsequently made Infinity Ward no longer able to depict historical events as a story. But this studio managed to write an interesting story for its game in the best way. Number 10. Call of Duty 2. The first full Call of Duty sequel arrived in 2005 and was released for PC and as a launch title for Xbox 360. Call of Duty 2 was in every way a bigger and improved version than the previous version. The campaign of the game, like the previous games, consisted of 3 parts: America, Great Britain, and the Soviet Union, but with the difference that this time the story started from the Soviet side. Thanks to an improved graphics engine, now known as the IW engine, and the Xbox 360's more powerful hardware, Infinity Ward was able to create much larger and more detailed stages, bringing the full gaming experience to the console along with significant graphics upgrades.